sure almost everyone is familiar with the Great Blue Heron, as it can be found all over North America, even in Alaska, in Canada, Mexico, Central America, the Caribbean and the Galapagos Islands. This big bird can be found in shores and wetlands in many diverse habitats. But did you know that even though this bird can stand over 4 feet tall with a wingspan of almost 6 feet, it only weighs about 5 or 6 pounds? They don't exclusively eat just fish and frogs, but are also known to eat insects, snakes and lizards, small mammals, and sometimes even other birds. Also, did you know that there's an all-white species or subspecies that can only be found in Florida? The feathers on the chest and the beak color are the only thing that distinguishes it from a great egret. They usually nest in the tops of trees, but I've yet to see one. I have seen some great egrets nests. And just in case you didn't know, egrets are actually just a type of heron. And their S-shaped neck in flight is one of the things that differentiates them from cranes. Their loud squawk is fairly distinguishable, and oftentimes you'll hear them call as they fly before you ever see them. And for such a big bird, their wing beats seem fairly quiet. I was searching the stream side of the reservoir, around the same place that I saw the osprey, trying to get another glimpse of him, or perhaps find a good place to observe a kingfisher. I've been lucky enough to have them as my constant companion as I've been searching through the reservoirs and swamps in my backyard. And as I was searching the stream side of the reservoir, I was also lucky enough to encounter unique behavior. I've not been able to find too much information on it, and as most of you probably know, they usually stalk their prey by slowly waiting at almost a standstill in shallow water to catch fish and frogs and whatnot. But I saw one perched on a fallen tree over some pretty deep water, jumping, almost diving into the water. I was so shocked the first time I saw him do it. I didn't really know what was going on. And because he came out with nothing, I just thought he was bathing or something. I didn't really know. But then I saw him do it a second time, and it still just jumped back on the dead fallen tree with nothing to show for it. So I was still really confused as to what he was doing. And I couldn't really decide whether to try to take a picture or a video. So I just waited to see if he would do it again. I barely caught him jumping into the water the third time, and to my surprise, he came out with a pretty big fish. I have heard that when they catch big fish, they usually stab it with their beak before they swallow it. But not this time. You can actually see the fish thrashing about in his throat as it goes down. With a few sips of water to wash down his meal, the heron just sat there like nothing was unusual. And I don't know, maybe for him it wasn't unusual. And how do I know whether it was or not? It's hard to say how big the fish was, because it was across the wide part of the stream, but it looked pretty big. But as an adult heron really only needs to eat a pound of food a day, I guess that was probably good enough. Plus it was pretty close to dusk, so it was probably his last meal of the day. I definitely see great blue herons in my backyard almost every day. What's in your backyard?